Retail workers, what's something customers do that drives you absolutely nuts? I used to work at a big box retail store, the kind with the red logo and the endless aisles of crap nobody really needs. I was there for 3 years during college, mostly working the front lanes and customer service desk. It wasn't the worst job, but it did a number on my patience. There were so many little things customers did that got under my skin, but one incident still makes my jaw clench when I think about it. It was a Saturday, always the worst. The kind of day where people come in with their entire extended family, walk slowly in giant clumps, and treat the employees like malfunctioning kiosks. I was running the customer service desk, which meant returns, exchanges, complaints, and those cursed online order pickups. This woman came in with a shopping cart full of baby clothes. At first, I thought she was returning a few things. She looked annoyed right off the bat, like she'd been waiting her whole life to yell at someone and today was her chance. She dumped the clothes onto the counter like she was emptying a laundry basket. No greeting, no explanation, just this mountain of baby onesies, tiny socks, and little dresses with the tag still on. I asked for a receipt. She blinked. No, I don't have one, but I want a refund. I asked if she paid with a card. She shook her head and said it was a gift. I explained we could only give her store credit without a receipt, and it would be the lowest recent sale price. That's when she started raising her voice. These were full price. I know what they cost. I want full price back or I'm calling corporate. I stayed calm, repeated the policy. She started pulling out her phone and pretending to dial, talking into it like someone was actually on the line. Yes, hello, I'm at your store and your employee is refusing to help me. Yes, I'll hold. Meanwhile, no one was on the phone. Another employee came over to help, and while we were talking, she started switching tags on the clothes, literally right in front of us, ripping off clearance stickers and trying to pass things off as full price items. I caught her and called it out. She said, well, the tag was wrong. I'm just correcting it. At that point, I told her we couldn't process the return. She shoved everything back into the cart and left, cursing under her breath. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. A few days later, I was called into the manager's office. Apparently, the woman filed a complaint against me, claiming I'd been aggressive, unprofessional, and had refused a legitimate return. Luckily, our store had cameras, and my manager had already reviewed the footage. He knew she was lying. Still, I had to write a statement and sit through a meeting like I'd done something wrong. That wasn't even the worst type of customer. The ones that really got to me were the people who treat you like a robot. They wouldn't say hi, wouldn't look you in the eye, wouldn't respond when you said, "How are you?" Just dump their stuff on the belt, stare at their phone, and grunt when you gave them the total. One guy bought a full cart of groceries and stood there with earbuds in while I scanned everything. Not one word. I told him the total, and he didn't react. I said it again, nothing. Finally, I just stood there and waited. He looked up, yanked one earbud out, and barked, "What?" I said, "I just need payment." He rolled his eyes, handed me a card, and went back to scrolling TikTok. Then there were the ones who'd open food while shopping. Bags of chips, juice boxes, granola bars. They'd eat half of it and toss the wrapper on a shelf, like the store was their personal pantry. One woman handed me a mostly empty box of fruit snacks and said, "I think there's 5 left in there. Just charge me for that." There's no training for that kind of behavior. You just have to smile and take it. But the absolute worst, the thing that sent me home angry every time, was when customers let their kids trash the store, pull things off shelves, run around screaming, spill drinks and snacks all over the floor, and the parents wouldn't do anything. Just keep shopping like their spawn weren't turning the place into a disaster zone. One day, I walked past the toy section and saw a kid tearing open boxes, literally unboxing toys and throwing parts on the ground. I asked him nicely to stop. His mom came around the corner and glared at me like I'd insulted her child. "He's just playing." I told her we couldn't allow that, and she said, "Maybe if you had more people working, the shelves wouldn't look like that anyway." I quit 2 months later, not because of one single customer, but because the constant drip of rudeness, entitlement, and disrespect wore me down. I used to be someone who loved helping people. Retail taught me that some people don't deserve it.